Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. In this video, I want us to look at this letter which Raila Odinga, through his lawyer Paul Mwangi, has actually written to ICC. That letter is causing serious panic in Kenya Kwanza. What has shocked me with the letter is how detailed the letter is. It's actually a 14-page document, and in that letter, AZIMIO is listing 9 reasons why they have taken this action. And why do you think AZIMIO decided to take this route? For me, I think it's a preemptive measure. And number 2, I also want to think that AZIMIO is doing this because they want to deal with people like Josephat Koome. The letter is addressed to the Office of the Prosecution, and it's actually dated today. They've confirmed receipt. I don't know whether we can go through the entire document. It's actually very long, with a lot of documentation. At some point, it says crimes committed in Kenya during the period between 20th March 2023 to the date 2nd April 2023. These communications state that during the protest, the Inspector General of the National Police Service, Josephat Koome, ordered attacks on the supporters of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition party that resulted in deaths and injuries, and ordered indiscriminate arrest, all which were part of widespread and systematic attacks on the persons known or suspected to be members, supporters, or sympathizers of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition, who are identified by their political affiliation, contrary to Article 7(1)(h) of the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, to wit, crime against humanity of prosecutions. And they are listing those articles that, number 1, for the purpose of this statute, crime against humanity means any of the following acts when committed as part of widespread or systematic attacks directed against any civilian population with knowledge of the attacks. Let me just jump there and go straight to the 9 reasons. These are the reasons they are stating. The widespread or systematic attacks directed at members of the AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition. Number 1, establishment of a special squad of rogue police officers. So AZIMIO believes that Josephat Koome formed a rogue squad, and that this rogue squad was responsible for the chaos. This is what they are saying. It has been reported by investigative journalists in Kenya that the suspect Josephat Koome established a special squad of police officers known to be rogue, and some being accused persons in criminal courts in Kenya, facing charges of killing with the purpose of unleashing terror on supporters of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya when they were exercising their constitutional right to assemble, demonstrate, and picket. The squads are reported to be dressed in plain clothes, to operate outside normal command structure, and to take direction directly from select commanders appointed for purpose by Josephat Koome. So it means AZIMIO has reasons to believe that a special squad had been formed. Remember, when the 2 gentlemen were captured on camera, AZIMIO went out and they identified the individuals. They are saying, number 2, unconstitutional and illegal banning of demonstrations. You see, demonstrations are constitutional rights, so you can't just wake up and ban them. What are they saying about it? They're saying the suspect Josephat Koome has abrogated the constitutional right of members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya party members and contravened the Constitution of Kenya by usurping powers of the judiciary and pronouncing a ban against any exercise of the rights under Article 37 by members of the coalition party. So basically, the fact that Koome pronounced himself on this matter, because remember, this matter was actually taken to court The court had ruled that the work of the police was going to be simple to provide security during the mandamanos. So this guy decided that's not going to happen, and he announced that he had banned any rally by AZIMIO. Number 3, public threat to kill and maim demonstrators. The suspect, that is Josephat Kome, prior to the exercise of the right of Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya by members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya Alliance, publicly threatened the said members with death and physical injury should they attempt the said rights. Of course, he did that. And for those who follow this channel, I was very specific and very clear that AZIMIO were actually collecting evidence against Kome. What we don't know as at now is what they have. They've just launched their complaints to ICC. Number 4, attempted assassination of the AZIMIO La Umoja Party coalition leader. The issue of attempting to eliminate Raila Odinga is indeed real. Someone was out to kill Raila Odinga. He didn't care where the country was going to head to. And the mere fact that Raila Odinga survived is a miracle. And now they are taking this, that on the 3rd April 2023, at around 16:30, around the pipeline of Embakasi South in constituency, in Embakasi South constituency, a contingent of police officers approached the motor vehicle in which AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition leader Raila Odinga was being ferried in, and fired approximately 10 rounds of ammunition with a clear intention to kill him. A report of the attacks were made the next day and complaint lodged by the same, but no action taken. Let us wait and see how this thing is going to go. Whether Raila Odinga will prove this, but let us wait and see. And he's also saying the 5th reason is attacks to dispossess or damage property belonging to leader of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya Alliance. Now, this is, I think, is the property of Uhuru Kenyatta, and it was public. And by the way, the people who looted property here, some of them have started returning them. Is there a chance that the intelligence got wind of what Raila Odinga and AZIMIO were planning to do? So they started taking them back to the farm. They are saying here, the suspect Josephat Kome has acted as a conspirator in a widespread attack organized by leaders of the ruling Kenya Kwanza coalition against the properties of the leaders of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition party by withdrawing police protection from such properties prior to the attacks and refusing to act on any complaint against officers suspected to have been active facilitators of such attacks. So which means they already know the people who facilitated these attacks. Number 6, they're talking of killing and maiming of demonstrators. And what has shocked me in this particular reason is the fact that they have, how many people are here? They have a list of people here who are killed. People who are killed are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 people who are killed. Those who are injured are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many were injured? Several injuries. Several were maimed. So they have quite a number of people here. Yeah, so there are deaths, cases of deaths, yeah, maiming. Let us wait and see how this thing is going to go. At number, the 7th reason is that targeting journalists covering demonstrations to deny AZIMIO coalition media coverage and assist in the derogation of the rights of their members. So basically, AZIMIO believes, and this is the fact, that the main reason why these guys destroyed that vehicle is because that vehicle was the one which was being used to document everything. That vehicle was the target during the entire process. You disable the vehicle, there is no way they were going to communicate with the world. There was no way the world would know whatever was happening. If Raila Odinga was going to be killed there, His body was going to be taken away. Nobody was going to know. So, and they've listed here the people who are actually affected. Most of these people went to the hospital. They have their reports, so probably have been used to accompany the whatever, this particular report to ICC. Number 8, they are saying the legitimization of members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition as citizens of Kenyans. So basically, Rigathi Gachagua said a certain statement, and that statement by Rigathi Gachagua is now finding its way to ICC. The statement was that prior to the date of the material times therein, the leadership of Kenya Kwanza ruling coalition, led by Deputy Party Leader and Deputy President, have publicly stated that the Republic of Kenya was a company limited by shares, and only members of their coalition were shareholders in the company, and that AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition party members were not shareholders and were not entitled to any dividends. The statement was intended to be a signal to the suspect, Josephat Kome, and was taken by the said suspect as a signal that he would receive, and he did receive, political protection for attacks against members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya Alliance. Very interesting things. And lastly, they're talking of number 9, organizational policy of attacks on AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya coalition party members. That this communication states that there exists a deliberate policy by Kenya Kwanza coalition leadership, both within and outside government, to alienate members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya from Kenya's economic and political life, and to execute physical attacks on members of the AZIMIO coalitions who expresses any dissent thereto, which are intended to, in any case, prevent the said members from enjoying the rights. So it's going to be very interesting, and they're going here to mention the intention. What are the intention of this letter? At the time he commanded the actions aforesaid, the intention. Now they're explaining the intention of Josephat Kome. They're saying, at the time he commanded the actions aforesaid, the suspect Josephat Kome, number 1, knew that he was acting as part of the widespread or systematic attacks against civilian population, to wit, members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya party. Number 2, knew that his conduct was part, or intended the conduct to be part of widespread or systematic attacks directed against a civilian population, with members of AZIMIO La Umoja One Kenya Alliance. He knew that his conduct took place in the context of a manifest pattern of similar conduct directed against civilian population. So let us wait and see. These are also nine reasons. So let us wait and see how this is going to go. So tomorrow I'm going to do serious analysis about the objective of this particular letter, the main objectives, now the political aspect. What I've done now is that I've just explained to you guys the content of this letter. So thank you guys for taking your time to watch the video, and until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye bye.